And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the level 60 Alchemist quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, we've come back again to Revenant's Toll to talk to Wiltwaek. So, let's see what the quest is involved. So it says, what death can join together? And Wiltwaek has a look of victory to him. So, the general story of Alchemist in Heavensward is that there seems to be some local, like, smugglers or thieves of, like, Allegan artifacts who use alchemy and potions to give themselves super strength or mind control or whatever else. So Wiltwaek and his friend, I think Charlene, have been investigating what's going on. So this will be the last quest of the story, and we'll see how it wraps up. So Wiltwaek has a look of victory to him. So we question our culprit further, Mithrie. He told us everything once safely ensconced in his cell. We had believed our suspects were a crew of criminals. However, they are merely hired help, cheap and disposable, all but one, a single aging alchemist. This is our true mastermind. Woad is his name. He is feared in Favnair, his homeland, for a complete lack of scruples and pursuing experiments no man should. I've also inquired into these clones. The sons of St. Conrad know something of the technology. Shanine has gone there to their camp to learn more. Would you join her there? Okay, Shanine. So let's go and let's see what is going on. So like I said, we're trying to understand what the motives of this alchemist is, and to see how we can combat the alchemist. We'll probably make some potions to fight the conjurings and stuff. And as well, they spoke about clones that were used, or that the alchemist was trying to make clones. Now, for anyone who's done the Crystal Tower story, you will know that clones did exist in the Allegan Empire. So, like, cloning is something of Allegan technology, which I don't think they use it anymore, but it does exist in this game. So, okay, so we're almost there now. Let's see what Shanine has got to say. Okay, here is Shanine. Let's see what she has to say. So, Rambros has told me all about your escapades in the Crystal Tower, Mithrie. Why didn't you say you'd met honest-to-God clones? Well, according to him, clones are empty vessels for the most part, soulless and unthinking. So what if Woad transferred his own spirit into a clone again and again? Eternal life could be his. That's his motive. It explains everything. He stole the relics to dissect Alex's technology, and he stole the people from their beds to test it. The mute here we found is one such copy. His original must not have survived the process that created the clone, hence the body in the barrel. I'll bet the Near Eastern youth is a copy as well. Of whom, though? We can sort that out later. I believe Woad has a new hideout to the southeast of Revenant's Toll. Join me there and we'll put a stop to this once and for all. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what is going on. Of course, because these are crafting quests, there isn't going to be any fighting. We're only going to be providing materials. But it is always interesting how these stories wrap up, that's for sure. I mean, from the previous 6 episodes, we've saw also interesting stories. So I'm sure Alchemist and Culinarian will be the same. And I'm sure the Gathering quest will be the same as well. Okay, so here we go. We're trying not to aggro any monsters while we're in this area. Aha, so here we go. There is Shanine. Let's talk to her again. So, ready? In we go. We got him. The case is closed. But is it, my dear? Is it really? Okay. That is too convenient for my taste. He known we were chasing him since St. Conrad's find. He'll swing for his crimes most like. Why come quietly? He must have a card he's not yet played. I'll interrogate him and find out what. Come, let us return to our usual spot. He's probably a clone and he doesn't care, sort of thing. Okay, so let's go back to Revenant's Toll. And let's see what is going on. Maybe we have to make, like, truth serum or something. Just anything to make sure that we find out really what was the motive behind that guy's actions. Okay, so now we're almost there. Almost back at the town. Okay, here is Wiltwaek. So let's talk to him now. So, well, Woad is now insisting that he is not Woad. With that, I could just beat the truth out of him. But I've got to prove his guilt or he walks free. The question is how. We have the means to prove a master alchemist was behind this. But on the basis alone, I could implicate Jalzan, Savarian, or you. Yeah. I jest, of course. No, to convict him, we must prove Woad is Woad, and you're equal as an alchemist. Could you look into that with your guildmaster's aid? Woad had his copy of the Noble Gold on him. Savarian will want to examine it. I suspect I just hope it proves to be the evidence we need. Okay, so let's go to the Alchemist Guild. And Noble Gold is an item I make, like, multiple times a week for the sake of capping red scripts. So we'll see if we'll have to make another one for today. And for anyone who hasn't done it, the level 1 to 50 Alchemist quest is actually really interesting. I won't spoil it, but I really enjoyed it actually. Okay, here's the Alchemist Guild. Let's go in. Wee splat. So, okay, let's see what Savarian has to say. So the mastermind is an alchemist called Woad. That name sounds familiar, and now you need a means to prove his guilt. That seems an awfully mundane use of my skills. Ah, but I might be the perfect opportunity to test my latest creation. He had a copy of Noble Gold on him, yes? Very few have the skill to craft such a tome. Woad himself may have fashioned this one. Prove he did, and you demonstrate that he is a master alchemist. Okay. So now each alchemist's aether has a unique color. When drawing geometries with enchanted ink, this hue is passed on to the pages of a grimoire. There has never been a way to detect the shade of ethereal signature, until now that is. I have a powder that renders this color visible to the naked eye. If my aether is purple, then sprinkling the dust over a grimoire I made will reveal the same shade of purple. I call it spectroleum, and I dare say this invention of mine will be sufficient to prove who crafted the copy of Noble Gold. Here is an ounce. Take it to Wiltwaek. Okay, so let's go back to Revenant's Toll, and let's hand over the ounce of spectroleum, and let's see if we can prove what we want to prove. Okay, so let's go this way. Righty. So here's Wiltwaek. Let's talk. So a powder that reveals the color of aether. The variant is something else, no matter his works. May I have a look? So let's hand over the spectroleum. So it says Alchemist Guild Guildmaster Savarian claims that this mixture of finely ground minerals and chitin can, when applied to a substance, discern the color of the aether contained within. So let's hand over. So marvelous, but we'll need more than the dust. We must have a copy of Noble Gold crafted by another hand to show the color of Woad's version is unique. No doubt you see where I'm going with this. For the sake of the trial, could you create a copy of the grimoire? Okay, so let's make a quality of the Noble Gold, which, as like I said, I've made a billion of previously. So we just have to make another one. Let's see, noble gold. We need 2 Aurum Regis nuggets, 2 hard silver ingots, 1 chrysolite, 1 Momorian, and 1 enchanted Aurum Regis ink. So let's go to RFC just to see if we have all the materials and we can make it there. So usually to cap red scripts I make like 10 of them a week. So it's a shame I don't have all the materials already ready. Okay, so let's see what we already have. So Aurum Regis, yep. How many did we need? 2 or 3? 2. Okay, so we just need 2 gold ores. A gold ore times 2. So 1 and 2. So let's make the Aurum Regis first. That. Goldsmith. Let's make the nugget. Go. Cool. So like I said, as in all previous episodes, I will link in the description the link to all of these macros that I use, so that you can, if you want to use these macros, then feel free. And I do get a lot of questions from people about, they might say, oh, this macro doesn't work for me, it falls short, if whatever. And I always say to those people that it just means your stats are not high enough, and you have to improve your stats, and that you can just change the macro to use less CP, to use less whatever, to make sure it matches your gear if you haven't upgraded your gear. So like the macros I make and stuff are just a guidance, they're not a requirement. They're just to be convenient if you have the stats. Okay, so that's the first nugget. Let's make the second one now. Synthesize. Go. And we need to make 2 hard silver ingots, so hopefully I've got the materials for those as well. Okay, so we're almost there. I said the crafting goes by quicker and quicker the more you do it. It really does. You don't even think about it after a while. Like, I am the sort of person who can watch a movie and craft like 100, 200 items in a row without even thinking about it, just keeping the macros going. But it's obviously a lot easier using macros than it is to keep doing the rotations over and over again. That's why I'm very happy that macros exist in this game. Okay, that's the first piece. Done. So now we need, I believe, 2 hard silver ingots. So let's make those. So it's interesting that even though this is an alchemist piece, like most of the items, pretty much all of them are made with goldsmith. The only one that isn't made with goldsmith is the enchanted Aurum Regis ink. So it's kind of, I find that very ironic, really. I really do. Okay, so we need 2 hard silver nuggets. Let's make those. So synthesize, go. But isn't it weird how we are, even though we're doing the level 60 alchemist quest, we need goldsmith to make most of the items. So, as I said a million times before, be an omnicrafter. Level up all crafting classes. Don't leave any of them out. They're all needed. That's the way they designed the game. They're trying to make it that it's less of a requirement, but it's still the best way to go, is to level everything. Okay, almost done with the nuggets. And boom. Another nugget, and then we can make the ingots. And thank God we only have to make 1 noble gold rather than 10. Though I might actually have to make 10 to count my red scripts this week, just so I don't do another rage dance like I did the other day. I'll try not to leave it until Wednesday night again. Okay, next macro. And one thing you can do with macros is you can do echo commands to actually say, when to use the next macro, and you can put the different sounds on it as well, like the SE.1, SE.2, whatever. But I don't use those on my macros because they just annoy people. But yeah, and the only reason I'm tabbed to the battle tab is because I don't want to show the FC chat if people are talking in the FC. Okay, so here we go. Let's make now the ingot, synthesize. Okay. So after this, we need to make a Mimamarion and a Chrysolite. And then we'll go back to Alchemist. We'll make the Enchanted Aurum Regis ink and then the actual Noble Gold. But it needs to be high quality. That's why we're concerned with making all of the materials high quality. Okay. So let's see. A hard silver ingot, that's the first one. Let's make the second. And wow, so close to the end now. I said I wish I did these months ago, but whatever. At least now they'll be done. So all these quests will be done so that then when I hit level 54 with Warrior, I can just do the level 54 quest and I'll be 100% up to date on class quests. Let's see, do I have any raw Mimamarion? I actually do, because I said I make them so often. And the same with the Chrysolite as well. A 100%. We're pro. Boom. So now let's make the gems that we need. Okay, synthesize, go. And obviously the higher your stats, the easier it will be to just constantly high quality using macros only. Wherever I will be able to use macros for 2-star, that I don't know. For 2-star items, a lot of people have been asking me about that. But hopefully soon, in the next week or two, I'll be able to actually finally answer that question. Okay, next. And it's a good idea to try and remember how much progress you get with Synthesis for each Careful Synthesis 2. Just as a point of reference for items you're trying to make. Okay, so I get 285 with Careful Synthesis 2. Okay, so that's that made. Let's now make the Chrysolite. Okay, we need 1 Cloud Mica Waystone. Let's synthesize that. Go. I promise you, this is the Alchemist quest, even though we're doing everything on Goldsmith. Okay, next macro. Okay, we're winning. Boom. So that's that made. So now let's make our Chrysolite. Emphasize. 258 was it? Yeah, so we can still use the same macro and we should be good to go. Whether we'll get 100% with this, I doubt it, because we don't have high quality materials, but whatever. Okay, this macro hopefully will be enough. Okay, 81%, so it's not so bad. Damn it. Figures. So, thankfully we kept the mat, so I need to use my other macro. I thought I could get away with the first macro, but apparently not. It happens, it happens. And I know that I kept the mats because I didn't lose that cloud mica waystone that I've just made. So let's use that macro instead. Okay, so we're almost there now. Then we can make our Aurum Regis ink. We can make the noble gold. Okay, 71%. Boom. Right, so finally we can switch back to Alchemist. Let's see, Aurum Regis ink. Here we go. So we need 4 Aurum Regis sands. Okay, 4 of those. We got 4 cheaply. Okay, apparently not. But these are the cheapest stack I can get, 33 of them. Okay, synthesize. Go. And as well, like, I have spent a little bit of money doing all these crafting quests. So when I finish my 2-star melding, any sort of spare materia I have, I'll just sell them to make back any gil that I've otherwise spent. Okay, 68%, not bad, not bad. Nice, high quality. So now let's make the noble gold. We have mostly high quality mats, so it should high quality. We have 100% high quality mats, so it should high quality really easily. Okay, so let's synthesize. Let's go 70 durability macro, which again I said I'll link in the description. And the reason why I keep saying cannot execute at this time is because it's trying to do precise touch and basic touch at the same time. So if precise touch was available, it would hit that, but in fact it's just using basic. Dio's trying to get my attention. Maybe he doesn't know I'm filming. So yeah, 100%. And done. So now let's go back to Wiltwaek in Revenant's Toll. And let's finish off the story for Alchemist. Okay, there we go. We can see the final cutscene. Okay, so preparations for the trial are underway, Mithrie. The Adventurers Guild has sent impartial judges to review the facts. The evidence has been organized and guards are standing ready to take Woad from his cell to the 7th heaven. All we need to begin is your copy of Noble Gold. So let's hand it over. Hand over. So the court recognizes Master Wiltwaek. So in conclusion, Wold kidnapped honest people and experimented on them. And why? To prolong his own life. Proof of his lives with these clones, soulless puppets he created. This man is guilty beyond all doubt. Damning evidence, Master Wiltwaek, but only if the accused is Woad and an alchemist. He currently denies both. So, we can prove that he's lying. This grimoire was found on Woad, and the Master of the Alchemist Guild has stated that only the most skilled of alchemists could create such a tome. I see. By showing that Woad crafted this grimoire, you also demonstrate that he is a master of alchemy, yes? Precisely. The creator's ethereal signature is mirrored in the ink used to draw arcane geometries. This hue is unique to each alchemist. We obtained a powder from the Alchemist Guild that will allow us to see this colour. May we have your permission to use it? By all means, proceed. This is Mithrie, a leading and recognised alchemist. She has consulted throughout this case. Excuse me. So there, as you can see, the colour of her aether is blue. Now allow me to demonstrate on the grimoire that Mithrie made. The self-same blue, so you can identify a grimoire's maker. Next I'll perform the same experiment on Woad. Okay, so here's this red. The crimson. Now what of the grimoire you found on him? The crimson. That clinches it. You, sir, are Woad. What say you in your defense? He's been silent as a grave all this time, as if the spirit's gone right out of him. That's the real Woad after him. What? Woad's soul is inside that clone. Mithrie's like, hell no. Lol. So, well, Mithrie, we're sitting pretty thanks to you. Hulk smash. Interesting. Okay, so let's talk to Wiltwaek and let's see. So the Near Eastern youth was Woad's clone. Who would have thought it? How could we have missed that? He meant to gain eternal life by transferring his soul to a new vessel. The younger the body, the longer he could use it. Very true. I've a suspicion that Woad allowed us to apprehend his copy, a guaranteed escape route if ever he were captured. Rest assured he will pay for his crimes. He meant to live on borrowed time, and we will make him suffer for all of it. But justice was served. We couldn't have done it without you, Mithrie. I hope we meet again, though I'd be pleased to give another grisly murder a miss. But the thrill of solving it was something, eh? Let's hope we meet next under happier circumstances. Until then, Mithrie. Okay, so let's complete. There we go. So we have done yet another level 60 crafting quest. We now have 7 of each of the rank 4 materials, so we're making some really great progress. So only left is Culinarian. And then we finished all of the crafting quests for Heavensward, at least for now. So anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.